If you want to still work from this position though, okay, oftentimes we'll recover. You guys will sometimes get into a butterfly guard. Is butterfly guard still a full guard? Yeah, absolutely, okay? And one of the better things that you guys can start learning how to do on butterfly guard is learning how to get one of your underhooks in, and I like to connect right over here into a shoulder crunch. So I want to get one underhook, connect, and we're going to go palm to palm and keep this nice and tight. Now, when Dan goes to posture, it's going to be difficult, okay? If he starts to reach his arm around my neck, that's actually worse for him. It's going to be easier for me to start coming around his back. So most people are going to sit in this position and try to posture up. And what we're going to do is we're going to use something called a forward shift. I'm going to take my feet and I'm going to lift and I'm going to extend. I'm going to bring Dan up. So what did I do? I managed to extend him away from me with my legs and keep his posture controlled. And now from here, with his head underneath me, I'm going to lock and come straight under his chin. We're going to go right in for the guillotine. And what we want to do is penetrate underneath, go down the line of his chest, and bring our elbow lower than his trap. And I want to end in a situation where my hand is in front of his shoulder. From here, I'm going to grab 5 fingers and I'm going to lift this high. As I do that, I fall to the side. I take one of my legs out, the opposite side of his head, and I lock in. And I get in a nice tight guillotine. Okay, so there's a lot of steps there. Bless you. So we're going to start butterfly guard, underhook, palm to palm. I use a butterfly grip, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift, extend, and bring his head lower than mine. From here, what we want to do is come straight under. I want to get my elbow below the line of his shoulder, and I want to bring my head over the other side. The reason I shift my head is because it lets my arm go in deep. If I keep my head here, I get a shallow guillotine. If I bring my head over, my elbow goes in all the way. And now my hand's here. Went to that 5-finger grip, I fall back, I come over, and I lift. Does anyone know why I'm doing the high elbow? Why is my elbow up like this? Nope. Block him from what? He could still advance, but it does lock something up. So if I lift that left arm, when Dan goes to take his right arm around my neck, it gets blocked. So it actually, it actually chokes him. It acts as a frame. So when he goes to defend, his arm's stuck. He can't use that arm. It's very difficult for him to do. So we used to call this the Matt Serra guillotine, because Matt Serra, one of my instructors, was the first to do it. Late 90s, Hendo showed it to him. And then Marcelo Garcia made it very popular. It's now called a high elbow guillotine. So one more time, we'll go through everything real quick. Sorry, Dan, I didn't mean to choke you. So here, I connect, palm to palm. I do a forward shift by lifting Dan's knees off the mat, and then I extend as I sit up. Now that his head is lower than mine, I'm gonna insert my hand, drop my elbow below his shoulder, and shift my head so I can get a deep penetration of the arm. 5-finger grip on my wrist, elbow high, and now as I fall back, I remove that back leg and I lock everything in nice and tight. Okay, let's give it a shot.